said, what?
I've never seen you wear glasses like that, ever.
No, I don't own glasses like that.
You don't have black hair,
No.
or even dark hair.
No.
You definitely don't have whatever, sex toy pacifiers in his mouth.
You don't know that.
You don't know? That's true. That's true. How do I know?
Hey, this is Foster from The Wall again, and welcome back to another late night at The Wall.
Yay!
Again, that is our audience member who also happens to be our guest. Just in case you're unfamiliar with the concept, it is January 3rd, 2020. The reason we don't have an audience is because we are a comedy club and we have not opened yet. Not because there's a worldwide disease going on that shut everything down for the last, let's say, a couple weeks, because I think anything longer than a couple weeks is not believable.
Right, we want to maintain believability.
Right, we want to foresee the potential, outbreaks of diseases correctly.
Right. We don't even know which disease at this point.
I'm thinking a cold.
It's probably just a flu.
Actually, I don't think it's going to happen because I'm really excited for starting a brand new comedy club.
It's going to be so great.
In Berlin. First full-time English comedy club in Berlin, open every day except for Sunday.
It's the day of the Lord.
Really looking forward to it. Just real quick, a lot of people do ask me this, and they ask, Foster, why is this place called The Wall Comedy Club?
Yeah.
And the reason is, thank you. The reason is because I always wanted to do comedy at the actual Berlin Wall. I thought there's a ton of history there. It would just be a really cool place to do it. When starting this place, I looked into buying a very large piece of the Berlin Wall, and it turns out it's really expensive. So being an American with orange hair, I built a wall. Yep.
It was you.
That's it. That's the joke.
Okay, because of the hair.
Because it's January 2020 and there's a president in the United States.
Right, that guy.
Who has orange hair.
Right.
And he claimed, he still has a year, I think.
Right.
If he doesn't get reelected, in which case he'll have 4 more, but if he doesn't get reelected and there's like riots going on, I don't think he's going to keep it. But I don't know, because that's a year away.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
But anyway, he promised to build a wall. I don't think he's done it yet.
Right. And if he did, how flimsy is that wall? Like, we don't really know.
This one's pretty good.
This one's pretty good?
It's really good.
Okay.
I had people here and they said that's
small,
a really...
but it definitely protects a certain area.
It's small, but it takes care of, it does the trick.
Yeah, that is what all my Tinder boyfriends have said.
Yep. Tinder's still a thing, right? Yeah, Tinder is a thing.
Tinder is a thing. Yeah, it's not very effective. Yeah.
Cool. Well, anyway, I think now that we've been talking about guests enough, I'm going to introduce my lovely guest. We have Tera Dice herself. You look absolutely beautiful tonight.
Thank you.
It is nighttime, or is it during the day still? It's January 3rd. You've done like 7 of these, right? Today?
Right. We're on a tight schedule.
You look lovely. You're from Minnesota, home of
Minnesota.
The Mighty Ducks. I think the nicest police in the world because it's January 2020.
They're great. They're wonderful. They actually walk through the street in a flying V in honor of the Mighty Ducks.
Great documentary.
They do that, yeah.
Great documentary.
Good documentary.
Welcome to the comedy club.
Hey, thanks.
This is not your first time at we were talking earlier. You said you have worked in like bars, comedy clubs, cafes, whatever in the past, right?
Yeah. I worked in the service industry for 18 years. Like, who else graduated art school? Hey. And I've worked in so many bars and clubs. So this sort of feels like home. One of the first bars I ever worked in was in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it was a metal bar.
So metal bar, so it's like metal music, like heavy metal, Metallica, stuff like that.
Yeah, but like internet, like a tall Swedish men, like age 19, that sort of look like they just walked out of the elven.
Okay, tall, thin.
Maybe
look like
hair.
Models, maybe not.
They could be models.
Okay,
but they're modest. They're humble, and what they do is that they come up to the bar and then very politely go, excuse me, could we please have a Sprite? And then they get up on that stage and like, I want to eat your asshole.
That's a thing in Sweden, I've heard.
Yeah, and in Berlin
it's called Stockholm Syndrome, right?
Yeah. Cool. You keep coming back even though you get infections, and that is definitely a sign. I don't know if you get infections from
Well, if you do have an infection, you have a lot of hand sanitizer right in front of you, so it's all
Right.
good.
You never know when something's going to break out. So yeah, lot of bar service. So a lot of bar service. That was probably the first memorable place. Was St. Paul, Minnesota Metal Bar.
Okay, cool. So what's anything crazy happened there other than like Swedish people getting asking to lick certain parts of your body that are usually covered with clothes?
Yeah. Well, I do remember once for the show, a triad showed up, and it was the type of triad.
Okay, what is this, like a gang member, or like what's a triad?
It means 3 people.
Okay.
3 people. So it was like the man and then like the women on either side, and they were in like their best like Renaissance / like steampunk, and they just had these like shit-eating grins.
Okay.
Like they probably had met on like.
And this is in Minnesota, right?
This is in Minnesota.
Not Berlin.
No.
Okay.
This is pre-Berlin.
Okay.
They must have met on like AOL chat or something. They'd been planning it for months and.
Okay. What happened with them? Like what? Like.
Well, the thing is, like, we don't know.
Why did you bring up the story? I'm curious.
I mean, it was a fun triad.
Okay. Well, you were more than welcome
First
here
time I
at
had
the
seen
comedy
something
club.
like this, and then
So it was like a steampunk thing.
It was like a steampunk
And it was
show.
just so out of place.
It was so out of place for Minnesota at the time.
From Minnesota at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It like planted a seed, Foster.
Okay, is that why you moved to Berlin?
Eventually, yeah.
Okay, so you saw those people.
I saw those people.
And you're thinking those people are really cool.
I want to be like them. I want
maybe
I want
not
the
cool.
cane with the raven head and the 2 ladies on each arm.
They clearly have lost all, like they don't care about anything at all anymore. And that's the level that I want to feel like. And then eventually, a number of years later, you were like, Berlin, that's the place for me.
Right. They were living in a steampunk post-apocalyptic fantasy, which has not happened yet because we're in 2020. But flash forward several years later, here we are in a post-apocalyptic fantasy. We think, we don't know.
Hopefully 2023 or 4 after the first leases run out.
Right.
Because we want to make money, because we need to make money.
Right. Yeah. If you're listening now, invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah, invest in Bitcoin or don't.
Or
We don't want to give financial advice to people who,
Yeah.
because we're not financial advisors. I know I'm wearing a blazer in Berlin right now, which I can see why you're not.
Mixed messages there.
Yeah, but don't take advice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what's the deal? Okay, so you're running comedy shows in Berlin now, right? Or are you trying to, or what's your deal?
Yeah, it's starting to happen. I have one in the works called This Could Get Awkward. And
Does it always get awkward, or is it just
might.
sometimes?
I mean, it just did. And I am the one hosting the show, so the chances are like a
So
high.
it wasn't just me during this interview feeling awkward?
No. It's
Okay, good.
definitely like an effect and a vibe, a presence. It's trademarked, and we're gonna roll with it.
Good. You want to do an awkward pause?
I would like to do an awkward pause. Would you like to
You
do
ruined it.
Oh.
Right now. I was going to
thinking-
be awkward pause. I stole that from Craig Ferguson, okay?
Okay.
I don't think he's still doing comedy anymore, even though it is 2020. He might
Did
have
it kill
retired.
his career?
I don't know.
We just nailed it.
I know, right?
I was thinking of a staring contest. That's different.
That's cool. But this could get awkward.
This could get awkward.
This could get awkward.
And it did, and it probably
It was
will.
good, and I'm sure that anyone watching at home just felt really awkward there.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for coming. Hopefully we have This
Hey!
Could Get Awkward at the wall when we work out a date. We were talking about that before the show,
Yeah.
but things are going a bit crazy right now.
It's insane.
That's why we were awkward, not for
Yeah.
any other reason.
Right.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Hey!
Again, I really want to just hype up, as lovely as a guest you were, we do have Billy Zane, the Billy Zane, coming next week. Not next show, next week, January 10th. He's coming to the wall.
Billy Zane's coming to the wall?
Billy Zane. You realize he starred in the superhero movie The Phantom.
Oh.
One of the greatest superhero movies of all time.
Okay.
It was set in like the 20s, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen it,
Okay.
but it's a really good movie.
Cool.
It's amazing. Did you know that actually the Rolls-Royce, the car company, they actually named their best car that they make, they named it after the Phantom, Billy Zane's movie.
I don't
Do you know that?
No.
Okay, well there's a Rolls-Royce, it's called the Phantom,
Yeah.
it's their best car that they make, and they named it after Billy Zane's movie. That's how much of an influence this guy's had in the world that we live in.
Billy Zane's pretty big.
He is.
I didn't know who Billy Zane was, but now I do.
Billy,
And I feel the
don't
better
watch
for
this
it.
one. Don't watch this one. Anyway, speaking of which, we again, as we opened in January 2020, we need money. So we don't have any sponsors, but we really want sponsors. So this time, because in honor of Billy Zane,
Billy Zane.
I've written an ad. Actually, I'm writing it currently in my head because I haven't thought about this before, about the Rolls-Royce Phantom.
Okay.
So here's my ad for Rolls-Royce. One day I was driving along and my car broke down. And a very lovely older gentleman decided to help fix my car, but he didn't know what he was doing. So he offered to give me a lift.
Yeah.
This guy was driving a Rolls-Royce Phantom.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, he was moving at the same time, and he had a bunch of stuff in the car, like way too much stuff. And so I couldn't fit. And he drove off. But Rolls-Royce, I mean, it fits some stuff, but not some stuff and a person. That's not very good, but that's the best I got today.
Do the steering cutters again, one more quick.
I think I lost. This could get awkward.
It will get
did
awkward. It
multiple
did.
times. We had a lovely guest. Thank you so much for coming, Tara.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
I've been Foster. This has been Late Night at the Wall, January 3rd, 2020. We're opening.
Who knows what could happen?
Who knows what could happen? We'll be open
good.
though. I'm sure we will be. Don't drink hand sanitizer and maybe buy Bitcoin?
We don't know.
We don't know. Thank you so much. Have a lovely night. I've been Foster. This is Matera. Take care.
Yay.